Good morning, guys. I firstly apologise for the way I look. I've just woken up, but I know that if I don't start the video now, then I won't do one today. So I'm sitting here with my 1.5 litre hydration, got a cup of coffee as well. There's been a couple of little changes that are relevant that I'll bring up. So the first one is I have decreased my train day food and increased my rest day food. They are still the same throughout the week, but I've just, yeah, I'll go into it later on. I haven't done a video for a very long time now. Main reasons being I was away in Denmark with work, which I wanted to record, but it was just hectic. I was away in Leicester with work, and it was similar again. And then I was also had like horrendous food poisoning last week for like 3 days, which obviously I didn't record over that. But then I also had to catch up on my work because of that. So I've just been really, really busy. And in the off season, not much changes really anyway. I had a deload in between, which wasn't that exciting. I had that over Denmark, where I brought the food down to rest day food. Got rid of cardio, got rid of training for 4 days. So update on myself, I am a similar weight to what I have been for the last 2 weeks. But like I said, I had food poisoning for a bit. So I didn't want to like just increase my normal baseline food when I hadn't been eating it for 3 days. I ate as much as I could, but I was struggling. Over my deload in Denmark, I definitely ate more than my rest day food. So I think I lost weight from the like flush of water weight that you get with a deload. But I think I also gained weight with just eating loads of crap. So I think my weight stabilised over that time. So we'll see how my weight goes over this next week before I make any changes. But it's about 182 pounds on average, which is good. The rate of gain has slowed now to about 1/3% of my body weight per week. So no more than ½ pound to a pound really per week now, until I hit about 190 is the goal. And then I'll do a mini cut. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, finish my hydration, and I'll catch you guys to explain the rest of it at meal number 1. So guys, meal number 1. I don't know what, I feel like I'm completely out of routine with how to film these videos. I feel really awkward talking to the camera again because it's been so long. I'm talking to Faye in the background, who's completely ignoring me. I don't blame her. Yes, I'm still wearing a dressing gown. I still haven't sorted myself out. I'm an absolute mess. I'm just in a rush, as I always am. It's 9:15. What time are you working? Oh, it's 8:15. The clock's gone back. So even with the extra hour, I'm still behind. So meal 1. My cream of rice, it's 140 grams. It's 120 grams of cream of rice, 20 grams of oats, 100 grams of frozen raspberries. It's 50 grams of whey made into a paste on top. And then for the peanut butter, if I can get it out, the best peanut butter. That peanut butter is absolutely amazing. Someone recommended it to me a while ago and I just didn't really listen to them. I really like Pip and Nut, but that one, it probably beats it. I've got the crunchy one. There's all the one, well, it's only one that's left. But I reckon the smooth one will be much nicer. Doesn't look the most appetizing, but it's nice and it looks. I've also got rice cakes. I have 2 of them for my pre-workout meal. The macros will all be on the screen. There's 2 packets there because I opened them yesterday, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but sometimes when you open a pack of these rice cakes, they're just like really soft, like there's already been a hole in the bag or something. Them ones are just too far gone. I'll have to bin them, which is a bit shit because, well, they cost like £4,000. I'll be training in about an hour and a half, so I'll enjoy this. I'll have a like 20-minute walk or something. So guys, I've just got to the gym. I'm aware that I still haven't shaved. I've got a full-on neck beard going on at the moment. Faye starts work at 9. I had to take her to work because she hasn't got a car. So that's why I've been in a bit of a rush. I haven't had a chance to shave. What I'll do now is I finished that meal about 45 minutes ago. I like to usually leave it an hour and a half before I train to have a meal. If it's legs, I like to leave it a good 2+ hours. I like to really not go in. If I go in with like any sort of food in my stomach in off season, I just get breathless. It's really weird, especially on a leg session. So what I'll do is now I will just go on a walk. I haven't done any steps today, so I'll go on like a ½ an hour walk now. It's quite sunny. It's 6 degrees. It's quite cold, but it's quite sunny. So I'll go on a walk. I've got my pre-workout. So usually with an upper session, so any sort of push or pull like session, I'll have maybe 100 to 150 caffeine and then some sort of pump product. But today I've got in there a concoction of MVP 3.0. It's half a scoop, so it's about 175 milligrams of caffeine. So it's quite high for me. And then I've got half a scoop of a pump. I forgot what it's called now. Yeah, it's gone. How was that? That's going to really annoy me. I think it's VascuMax. Is that one that exists? I think it's VascuMax. So the reason I've got that is because it's new and I wanted to try it out today. So I got it from a supplement store yesterday in Liverpool. It's 3.0. MVP 2.0, as most people will remember, was like an absolute goat of pre-workouts. Like, it was really, really good. It's just like, it was quite high stim. It wasn't too high. Well, for its day, it was quite high. Now it's like medium stim. But it had like just like really good clinicky dose. Everything else. 3.0, all I've noticed is most of it's in like a proprietary blend. And you know when anything's in a blend like that, you just don't know what like the actual dose of each ingredient is, so you don't know if it's clinically dosed anymore. So that's really annoying. So yeah, it's like a change for the worse, but I'll give it a go. It probably is still my favorite pre-workout 2.0, so we'll just see what 3.0 is like. And obviously half a scoop of stim free, and it's pushing arms on the cards today. I will record it, but I won't like do a voiceover of the session. What I might do actually, I'll do a voiceover as to why I've changed my like macros on rest days and training days across the week. Not that it's that important, actually. I'm making it sound like it's a really big deal. It's not. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So I'll go over that while you're watching training footage in the background. And then what I'll do is, you'll see me probably when I'm home for meal number 2, which I'll be saving some carbs afterwards. So it's not going to be as high carb as usual, because me and Faye are having a homemade curry tonight. But that's it. I'm going to go for a walk now. Get another like a litre of water in. I've only had a litre and a half today. I'm going to get that pre-workout in me. And then when I'm digested, I'll train, which you'll see in the background. So yeah, see you for meal 2. So guys, good evening or good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I thought I'd do a quick voiceover whilst you're watching the training footage in the background, which isn't the most exciting training footage because I always start this workout off with bicep curls, which are never that exciting to watch. But basically, I wanted to quickly just talk about what I was talking about before, which is the changes I've made to my food at the moment. So my actual calories themselves haven't changed across the week. So my overall weekly calories, protein, fats, carbs are all exactly the same. The reason being is my rate of gain is exactly where I want it to be, in between half a pound to a pound a week. It was a bit higher than that, but I was feeling so good. I was training very, very well. There was no need to pull down the food. So I just kept going with it. And now that my rate again is in that half pound to a pound a week, there's no need for me to, well, push food or pull it any more than it is. As it starts to go under half pound a week, which I think it will soon, because it is starting to slow down a bit as I get heavier. That's the main reason. We all like to tell ourselves that our metabolism increases, and it does a bit. But the main reason our metabolism increases is because we're getting heavier. It's not just because of the adaptation after a certain point. So I'm getting heavier, my rate of gain is getting slower. So once it gets slower than about half pound a week for a few weeks, then I'll just increase food a little bit to keep it going into that ballpark of half pound to a pound. So my overall calories for the week are exactly the same. But as you guys have known from my previous videos, my training day and my non-training day food has always been slightly different. My training day food, well, before this week was 3,900 calories, 600 carbs. And then my rest day food was 3,100 calories with 375 grams of carbs. Now that was working really, really well. I was training in the evening. The higher carbs and the higher calories on my training days allowed me to train harder and recover better and basically fuel the training sessions when I needed the extra food. However, I am now training in the morning. I'm training in the morning mainly because I am fresher then. When I was training in the afternoon on a work day, I would finish work at 5. I'd be absolutely knackered. I'd get to the gym. It'd be very, very busy. I couldn't utilise caffeine that much because I was obviously going to bed a few hours later. And I was in the gym from about 5 to about 8 most nights, going home and then going straight to bed. So I've started to change, I've changed my training sessions into the morning during the weekdays. So I train now about 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m. It is working much better. I can utilise caffeine. I am fresh in the morning. Obviously after that first half an hour feeling groggy, but after that I feel absolutely great. I have no distraction with work. I just have training to think about and nothing else. So there's nothing else on my mind. The gym is usually dead and I can usually go on any machine I want without having to wait too long. And people in the gym don't really want to talk in the morning. So it's a quieter gym and people don't want to talk, which is great for someone like me. But yeah, so because of that, my pre-workout meal is understandably very, very small. I do still eat before I train, but I'll do a full day of eating on a training day on a work day, but it's a very small amount of food just to basically make sure I've got something in my system and I'm spiking muscle protein synthesis. But because of that, my pre-workout actual meal is the night before. Now, going from a rest day to a training day, I was basically going to my first training day after a rest day, which is legs for me. So I'll have a rest day and then I'll have legs. So going into my leg session, I would have only had a 3,100 calorie day the day before. So I needed a bigger pre-workout meal. So what I've done is I've taken away some of the carbs from my training days and I've put them onto my rest days. Now there's still a discrepancy, but it's just smaller. So what I've done is I've taken away 20 carbs from my training day, and there's 5 training days, that's 100 carbs across the week. I've split that up and added it to my 2 rest days, sorry. So 20 carbs down on a training day, which means 50 grams of carbs up on a rest day. And that's mainly towards my last meal, so it's pre-legs. And so far I am finding it a much better benefit. I was finding that I was very, very hungry on a rest day, which is fine when I was fueling performance, but now that my performance is first thing in the morning, I noticed I was just going in slightly under fueled, if that makes sense. So that's why I've done that. There's still a discrepancy because obviously on a training day I've still got intra-carbs. I've still got a high post-workout carb meal in terms of making the most of when you're ability to uptake glucose and utilize it as highest. So yeah, my post-workout carbs are still the highest meal of the day. My intra-workout still exists on a training day. So there's still a discrepancy between training day and rest day. It's just a lot smaller than it was because it wasn't making sense for me to go into a leg session slightly underfueled. So that's a very long drawn out version as to why I've done that. And like I said, I will probably increase food soon because of my rate of gain slowing down, and that'll probably just be a blanket increase of about 25 grams of carbs across each day. We'll see. This training session was very, very, very good. On a weekend, as you can see here, it's daylight. It's because I train a bit later on. I train after one meal still, but it's after a proper meal. I usually train about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's why gym's a little bit busier, and that's why it's daylight. This time of year in the UK, it's pitch black everywhere else. But yeah, any of you guys train in the morning, I would recommend maybe not having as big of a discrepancy between training days and rest days. When I was in prep, my training days were about 300 grams of carbs towards the end, and my rest days were about 50 grams of carbs. So that's a huge difference. Now, when I was training in the afternoon, that made sense. You know, utilize all them carbs around my workout, the peri-workout window. But now that rest day, the last meal on a rest day is part of that peri-workout window. It is technically my pre-workout meal. Next time I diet, I won't be having that discrepancy. I will be having less carbs on a rest day, but it'll probably only be 50 to 100 grams. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. So guys, we are back from the gym. You'd have already seen some clips in the background as I did a quick voiceover just explaining why my calories are different between training day and rest day. Well, why the gap's being shrunk between the rest day and training day food. For my post-workout meal, I've got this. So it's 50 grams of frozen blueberries, 50 grams of frozen raspberries, 10 grams of peanut butter, pink lady apple, dates, oats, honey, and obviously the skier underneath. And the macros will all be on the screen here. I have saved some carbs from this meal. I've taken some carbs from this meal so I can have a larger meal with Faye later, because we have a curry often on a weekend, usually today, sometimes it's on Saturday instead. It's a homemade curry, so I can just track it, which is a bit easier. It's not as nice as a takeaway curry, of course, but like the difference in price compared to how close they are in terms of taste is like not really worth it. The ones we use are, I mean, I'll show you later anyway. We use corn because Faye's a bit of a wimp. But them kits are absolutely fantastic. So we use them. We'll have naan breads and all that, but I'll show you all that later. For now, I've got this. I've got one more meal before that curry and then another meal after that curry, so 5 meals. I'm going to enjoy this. Got some check-ins to do before I pick up Faye, and I've got some meal prepping to do for the week. And then I might finally sort out my neck beard, we'll see. But I'll catch you guys in the next clip. So guys, I am just doing a few check-ins now. So it's a bit of a shameless plug really. I don't really mention coaching much. But if you are interested in coaching with myself, so it's one-on-one coaching, as you'll see in the link below, basically. If you follow the link, it'll give you more information. But basically, we'll make you a program tailored for you, for the muscles that you need to bring up, based on whether you want to gain or lose weight as well, and based on the gym equipment that you have. The diet and the food will be tailored towards you, and obviously I'll make changes weekly as we need to, via a check-in, but again, more detail in the description below. And there's also 24-hour WhatsApp support where you can just contact me whatever you want. And then for people who want to, you can send me training clips across. So basically what that means is we'll make a program for you. I'll get you to film the exercises if you feel confident in doing so, send them to me at the end of each workout, and I can just make comments on how your form can improve and just make sure that you're training the right intensity, and basically just make sure your training's in the optimal space so that you're maximizing muscle growth. So if you are interested in that, follow the link below. There's a little application form which just asks basically for a few details from yourself. I'll send you a video just explaining the process in a bit more detail than this, and how we can tailor it for your needs. And then if you're interested after that, I'll send you another form which basically just asks for a few more details off yourself, such as your current, everything, how your sleep is, what you currently do for a job, what your goals are and all that, just so straight out the gate we can make the program perfect for yourself. So if you are interested in coaching, follow the link below. I've currently got, it's hard to say, I'm only taking on about 2 or 3 more people because I do work full-time on the side, and I'd rather have a few people and just give them absolutely everything I can out of the coaching process as opposed to just rushing everything. So I've only got 2 or 3 slots more at the moment. There may be more slots in the new year, but it depends on other things as well. So if you are interested, follow the link in the description below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So guys, we are back in the kitchen just doing a boatload of meal prep for the rest of the week. Check-ins are done for the day now pretty much, and it's only 3:15, so that's good. Got an evening now which I'll basically spend with Faye when we have the curry later on. But first, got the meal prep. So I've got loads of onions here and chorizo. Unfortunately, that's not for me, that's for Faye. She has like a paella for her meal prep. For myself, we have lots of carrots, pepper, onion, and garlic in both of them. And then olive oil as well. And then loads of seasonings and flavourings on top. That's my vegetables for the week. So there's 6 servings there. So that'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then today, me and Faye will have one each with the curry, not in the curry, but on the side, just like veg, just, you know, for health. that's that. I've also got the rice, which will be for my meal, my lunchtime meals in work. Train day's 120 grams now, and then rest day's 100 grams. And then my meal now, well, actually, I've also got, you can see it, my chicken breast for the next 3 days there. So everything's ready, that's marinating. I'll cook it all and throw it all together, so I've got it for the next few days. And then I'll have 2 of these for my meal number 3 now. So we'll be having the curry in about 2 hours, if that. So I'm not that hungry, and I want to be fully digested and ready to eat the curry, because that will be about 1,000 plus calories. So 2 of them, they're okay. They seem to be different each time. So the batch they've got at the moment in Aldi are really, really nice. The last ones weren't, so you don't really know what you're getting in them sort of things. So 2 of them are fine with me. I know some people, I've had some clients as well, have digestive issues with them. So if you do, don't have them. I've got that, and I've also got loads of them ready for the week. Interests for the week. So basically, just meal prep everything that you can. So I'll clean up all this now. I'll let Faye cook her paella now that all her veg is chopped. And then I'll show you guys the meal number 4, which will be the curry in a second. So guys, I have just whipped up meal number 4. We literally haven't left the kitchen. Well, I literally haven't left the kitchen since the last time I saw you. So we got the curry. Faye's looks nicer than mine. And then I've got naan breads. And then I got some of that vegetable mix. Mine's kind of it's got a skid mark outside the plate. Mine's a really messy one. I am absolutely boiling. Faye's got the heating on because she's cold. But yeah, we're gonna enjoy this now. I'm gonna have some Pepsi Max caffeine free with it. And yeah, we're gonna watch Dexter, I think.
No, Ancient Apocalypse.
Ancient Apocalypse. It's quite good. But yeah, I'll catch you guys for the last meal. He acts like he's all cute. Look at him. He's been a little shit all day. That meal was really nice, despite not really looking the best. So the last meal, well, you probably all guessed it. I'm chopping up the apple now. The last meal is oats. It's 50 grams of oats and 70 grams of cream of rice. The macros and all the total amounts will be on the screen. And the total macros will be on the screen as well. So basically, what I've done with my food at the moment is, I haven't increased it across the week. My weight is still going up at a rate that I want it to. It was going up about £1 a week. Now it's going up by about £0.5 a week, which is kind of like the minimum I like to go for in an off season. If it starts dipping below £0.5 a week, I will just increase my food. The actual amount of calories that I'll increase my food by will depend on, well, how much my weight stabilises. If my weight completely stabilises over the next couple of weeks, I'll probably increase training day food by about 50 grams of carbs. If it just slows down, I'll just do 25 grams of carbs on training days, or split it across each day. So basically the main take home of this video is, even though food hasn't been adjusted across the week, in terms of the total number of calories, it has been per day. So training days have gone down by about 20 grams of carb, like you've seen today. It was 600, now it's 580, so I barely notice it. It's like 80 calories. And then on my rest days, because obviously it's a ratio of 5 to 2, 5 training days, 2 rest days, my rest days then go up by 50 grams of carbs, so 200 calories. And that's just to fuel my earlier morning training sessions, more so on the training days that are following the rest days and my leg days. And it makes no sense when my legs are the weakest part of my body to go into the training session underfueled. So it makes sense just to have higher food the day before a leg session when total calories are the same across the actual week, if that makes sense. But I've gone over all that again in the video before. So here's the oats here. This is obviously without any protein powder. I'll have a pink lady. I'll have some of these not so nice looking 100 gram dark chocolate. Not 100 gram dark chocolate, 100% dark chocolate. I'll have 10 grams of that. That dark chocolate on its own, it's vile, it's 100%. It's just really, really bitter. But when it's with stuff, it's actually really, really nice. So I recommend that to anyone. If you have it with like a sweet protein powdered flavoured whatever thing, have 100% dark chocolate or 90%, whatever you can get. And then obviously like peanut butter, the best peanut butter that I've now found in the game. And then to finish it all off, it'll be the best protein powder. God, this is just the best meal, isn't it? And it's that there. So it's been about 2 hours since my last meal, so I'm not too hungry, but it'll digest well, and I'll be in bed in about an hour or 2 hours. So that's how I do that. And then I'm in for pull in the morning, so all this extra food will go straight to that. I might do a full day of eating on a training day now that I train in the morning, actually, because I actually do eat before I go to the gym, but it's like a minor amount of food. But that's it. That's everything. That's a full day of eating. A few little changes. I'll probably be up in food in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. But other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thanks as always for watching, and any questions, let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one.